More drama in the world of F1 Esports. Welcome back to the Sim Racing Show, your weekly guide to all things sim racing. And yes, we're going to start again with F1 Esports because we've had some great insight from some of the drivers, the likes of Marcel Kiefer, aka Warsel Weefer, with another dub, just telling us very, very, very powerfully kind of what it means for him as an F1 Esports driver with the current situation. I think people like Lucas Blakely and some other drivers making vlogs as well. But who haven't we heard from? Well, we've heard from the Twitter accounts, like the news Twitter accounts. We've heard from one of the F1 commentators, but we have not heard from Formula One or any of the esports teams or Formula One esports. Complete silence. And that is incredible because what's become apparent is there are so many people involved in F1 esports, more than I'd appreciated, who essentially are sacrificing large parts of their life to race in F1 esports because there was meant to be a lot of prize money. I think up to about $1 million or £1 million of prize money that was going to be filtered down, and that no longer looks like it might be on the table. So people's livelihoods are depending on this, and Formula One are being silent. We don't know exactly what's going on. Is it Formula One not wanting to pay the prize money? Is there some dispute between Formula One and the ESL, the Saudi Arabian owned company that runs ESL R1, the Rensport stuff? Is it the teams not being happy? I don't think it's anything to do with the drivers. None of the drivers are at fault at all. But F1 Esports is a complete calamity, and as we've been writing about on our website, SimDoctor, and our SimDoctor newsletter, it's absolutely mad, and it's all going crazy on Twitter. So as soon as we get some confirmation, I will let you know here. I'll do a video, even if it's not the weekly Sim Racing Show video. So starting off with F1 Esports, it's a complete mess. It's still cancelled. And every day we go by without any word from Formula One, it's just really embarrassing for F1 Esports. It's meant to be in many ways the pinnacle, people racing in that. It wasn't like Ken Bullitt-Bassi, a F1 Esports driver, now racing in Formula 2, I believe. So there's a sort of pathway there. Next up on the news in the Sim Racing Show is EA Sports WRC, aka Dirt Rally 5 or Dirt Rally 6 or something like that, but they call it EA Sports WRC. Why do they call it EA Sports WRC? Who cares? Just call it WRC or something. But yeah, crazy game because massive performance issues. A lot of people complaining about the lack of stuff like Triple Monitor support, VR support not being where it should be and things like that. But it has received some updates and some free content from EA, which is very generous of them. So we've got some Central European Rally stages, asphalt stages, including a 32-kilometer rally stage, which is awesome. How much longer is that game going to be supported? I don't know. Do EA care about rally? I don't know. Is WRC in a healthy place right now? Generally, no, absolutely not. They're struggling to keep their drivers, struggling to keep manufacturers. How it works with Rally 2 and Rally 1, I don't even know. WRC used to be in such a better place than it is now. But so EA Sports WRC, hopefully they continue supporting that. Going to move down to another item on the Sim Racing Show, Raceroom. That game came out about 38 years ago, but it's still receiving content, and actually is receiving some quite important content. DTM 2023 pack, which is very cool. Loads of people want to drive DTM cars, myself included. So Raceroom's a free-to-play game, but it has like a horrendous monetization model, if I remember. And it's got the DTM pack coming on the 18th of December. It's just in time for Christmas, and I have to say, some of these cars coming: Ferrari 296 GT3, not in Gran Turismo. Audi R8 GT3 Evo 2, not in Gran Turismo. BMW M4 GT3, not in Gran Turismo. 911 GT3 992 is not in Gran Turismo. And AMG GT3, I think might be, I can't remember. So a lot of exciting DTM cars coming there, and that's quite exciting to get the DTM pack. What else have we got? Forza Motorsport. Is it a sim? I don't care. I'm including it in the Sim Racing Show, so come at me, everyone. But they've been giving a third update. Some people have been saying Hockenheim is the best thing ever. It's an amazing update. I'm like, not so sure, because Hockenheim was in previous Forza games, and now it's coming in an update. Have they just held it back to include the update? I don't really know. There's also bigger issues with Forza, like wet weather is just not really real in any way. And also the replays don't work 100%. The loading screens don't actually let you change strategy, which is kind of defeats the point. So lots of weird stuff going with Forza, but they have released Update 3, and the Nordschleife will come in the new year as well. They released some new cars as well, including a Chevrolet Corvette. Rensport, the NFT racing game, news here So more stuff happening with Rensport. This is a game that no one knows who's making it. It might be Porsche, maybe it's the Saudi Arabians, I don't know. But it's all about the cars are NFTs or the tracks are NFTs or something. No one can actually play it. It's just used for esports. All the esports players complained about it at the end of the year. They were saying it was a wasted year for them. So anyway, but they're releasing a new track. Orchid Road Street Circuit is joining, and it's based on real roads in Singapore. It's the first community-made course in Rensport. So maybe it's an NFT that you can buy and sell and look at. I don't know. And if it looks familiar, it's probably because you've already seen it in Assetto Corsa. So maybe, well, Rensport's been in trouble because some people were saying that it looked like the code was copied from rFactor 2, and then rFactor 2 came out and said they hadn't licensed it. Maybe now they're taking a I don't know. I don't know really what's going on in Rensport world, or if that game's ever going to come out. No idea. Right, ACC, brand new race. By the way, if you like this news show, subscribe to our newsletter, the Sim Doctor, link in the description. Make sure you subscribe here as well. Let me know in the comments any other news you have that you want me to share as well. But ACC GT2 pack is coming in January. That's amazing. ACC Assetto Corsa Competizione doesn't get enough love, in my opinion. It's a really, really, really solid sim. So GT2 cars will be awesome. Hopefully we'll get the Lamborghini, hopefully we'll get the KTM as well. That's an awesome car to drive. You might have seen me cover those cars when I was in Las Vegas. And then we'll have the Nordschleife that's going to come later in the year in 2024 as well. More ACC news, because ACC has got crossplay. Is it PC and console? No, it isn't. It's console versus console. I've done a lot of videos about the ACC console experience, and a lot of it is about trying to get really good races because there's just not a huge amount of players playing it, unfortunately. So hopefully the fact that now PlayStation and Xbox do crossplay will fill up those lobbies, and hopefully we get some good old fanboys in those races, PlayStation v Xbox, vying for supremacy. So my editor Ross, he's given us some final thoughts here, saying that the reputation of F1 Sim Racing has taken a battering this week, and it reflects badly on racing esports as a whole. But I have a question for you. And I saw a lot of your comments to the previous edition of the Sim Racing show, which is that people saying, I don't care about F1 losing esports. I don't even like esports. And there is an angle here. There is a audience. There is a argument to say that when games pander too much to esports, they end up ruining the game for the common driver, you and me, who's playing it. So we don't care that the game is slightly slower when you run it at 120 FPS. Doesn't matter to us. We don't care that there's traction issue or whatever. We just want to have a fun experience. We're not playing the game to make money. We're not playing the game competitively, ultra competitively. So when a game has to go to an esports sort of audience, they need to really work on the balance of power and all these kind of things. So some people saying that it's a good thing that F1 is like, we don't care about esports. But I want to hear from you. Let me know in the comments again what you think about that, because we've been hearing from some of the drivers who are saying that for them it's, you know, it's a really big deal, and what are they going to do now? They've been training for, you know, many years and many months to do this esports season. Now it's not happening. So different sides there. And also I'd say maybe there's an F1 and ESL conflict. ESL, the Saudi Arabian owned esports thing, running Rensport. Maybe there's a Rensport versus F1, some stuff going on there. I don't know. If you have any ideas, then let me know in the comments. I can't wait from here for you, and make sure you subscribe as well, and I'll see you next time.